Hi everybody. Okay. We definitely got an LOL moment for both, but I'm gonna go chronologically. Okay. So I'll get there. Um. All right. So picture it. Get the image in your head. Will and Liam are still at the restaurant having lunch with two beautiful young women, right? Okay. And Liam is being the worst wingman ever because he's talking about his kids and showing pictures of his kids to these single women when his brother is trying to like flirt with them a little bit, and it's just not going over well because you got the one guy talking about his kids to single people. Okay. So finally he gets the clue that maybe don't talk about that. So then he starts talking up Will, which is good, but it suddenly turns into a bad singles ad of he's really hardworking and responsible and fun loving and you know. So it's just really weird. So then they get to a point where you're like, okay, it's gonna go somewhere or whatever. Then Sheila, wonderful Kimberly Brown, pops in and says, "So how's your meal? How's everything going?" And I get it. Okay, she's like really invested in how Deacon's restaurant does because they're now married, right? But I'm talking like bad timing, Sheila. Bad timing, really bad timing, to the point where I'm like, oh, this poor guy, Will, can't get a break. And I'm like, literally, I LOL in my house because I'm like, whoa, oh, okay. Um, but then I remember how Kimberly Brown's character is, and she does provide comic relief sometimes, so it's fitting. But it was just like really awkward. I'm like, all right, okay. So then, they finished up lunch, and also, I feel bad for Sheila, sort of, because she's trying to be conversational and stuff with her guests, and Liam's like, "How's this? Where can we get the check, please? Check, please." So Sheila comes around the table, right? Gives him the check, but like tosses the check at him. I'm like, wow. Okay, that's the way to do it. Wow. So yeah, I had the laughing moment and the wow moment within 5 seconds. I'm like, all right, that's the way to go. Um, okay. So on to other things. Um, Steffi and Finn were Steffi and Finn were back in each other's arms again, and I'm like, all right, all right. Um, then we get to the good one. Carter and Hope have a moment where she says, I didn't know you felt that way about me. I mean, I thought I had a moment where before I thought it was something else, but now I really know. And then way later on in the episode, where I kind of liked this moment, but it was kind of weird because Liam and Kelly decide to have, um, let's see, bring a pizza from the restaurant to Hope, right? So they're having a family moment. And uh, the family moment is kind of looked at by Carter. And Carter has this expression on his face where he tries to be understanding and everything, but you can tell that he wants to be alone with Hope. And she gives him a sympathetic look, and she smiles at him, but I felt bad for him in the moment. I'm like, man, poor dude. He wants to be with you alone, and yet you got your ex-husband and your daughter. At first, when I was hearing it, I was like, oh, well, don't feel bad for yourself. But then when I saw the look on his face, I was like, man, I feel bad for him. I really do. Because imagine, okay, I always try to put myself in someone else's shoes, and I'm good at it when it comes to acting because I can envision myself as a female character being talked to by the male character or whatever. Okay, so let's go back a day or maybe two. Okay, on Friday, he finally told Hope how he feels about her. Kind of. Okay? Like in words. And then yesterday they shared their first kiss. So, and I'm speaking for personal experience here. When you finally get to the moment with somebody, you want to spend time with them. So anything that takes away from that time, you kind of feel mad about it, although not mad. But it's just like I don't know, like a slight disappointment. I mean, it doesn't ruin your date or anything, but you're just like, oh man, I just wanted to spend time with that person, and something happened. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So when he said that and when he did that, I was like, oh man, I feel really bad. Yeah. So, let's see. So yeah, we got comic relief. We got a little bit of romance, or the romance is building for sure. And yeah, it was a good episode. It had twists and turns a little, and I enjoy that. Um, but like I said before, I think I said this. It looks like they really want Will to date girls or like at least be talking to girls. Although if I don't know how old he's supposed to be. I'd say like early 20s. Yeah, that's about the time when you really start dating people. So it makes sense. So we'll have to see how that goes. Like who they eventually. Well, I mean, I don't think they're automatically going to pair him off with somebody, but I just want to see the kind of people they put with him to date together, you know? So, all right. Bye, guys.